Today I will share with you my most worn perfumes in May, and I will do it a little differently because some of you told me that it would be maybe a good idea to go over all of the perfumes I wanted to wear and why I did not wear them or did not wear them as much. And I will quickly run through those and then highlight the ones I wore the most. Let me know if you like that format more than what I did before. And let's jump in. Let me start out with one that I wore a lot, which is Chloé. And I feel like this is gonna be something you will see until fall time because it's summery, but also ambery enough to be worn in colder days. So this is a sweet floral and fruity perfume with amber, jasmine, rose, vanilla, and balsamic notes, so not a lot of notes in here. To me, it's super fruity. I don't know why, because there are no fruits listed, but to me it pulls fruity, but in a very rich and juicy, sweet way. It's not like a sour, fresh fruit, more like an apricot or something like that. Together with this ambery note makes it very seductive in my opinion, but then you have the vanilla and something in here making it very sweet and young smelling, but not like juvenile, just not very elegant and sexy and seductive. It's a perfect scent to wear during the day, but also during the night. I feel like this could easily be a signature scent. I like it so much. This is, I think, my only Chloé fragrance, but I do like most of the fragrances in their lineup, and I love the bottle. I feel like if I overspray, this has quite a good longevity. Not the best, but also not the worst. Sillage is not that good, so I did not really get a lot of compliments with this perfume yet, but I love to smell it on myself. So if you like something balmy and sweet, but also creamy and slightly floral with a touch of thick and yummy sweetie fruitiness, check this one out. Maybe we will go over the ones that I had on my tray first. So I had on my tray Giorgio Armani Si Passione Éclat, and I really want to check out their whole line more because I love the scent. I tried what is the newest one? I think it's the Intense one, C Intense or something, that has something bejeweled on here. That one I did not vibe as much with. This one I like so much. This is so beautiful. And the funny thing is, my mom was with me the last couple of days. She smelled it and she immediately said, "Oh my God, this smells like blackcurrant." Like something I had in my childhood with blackcurrant, which is so crazy because she's not very into fragrances. And to me, it's super hard to detect certain notes if you did not know what notes are in here. So that for me was shocking in a very positive way. But this has blackcurrant indeed in it. And I feel like this is one of the most beautiful blackcurrant fragrances out there, especially for a designer fragrance. So this has main accords of floral, sweet, and fruity. It has blackcurrant, it has roses in here, vanilla, musk. Not that many notes in here as well. But this to me, both of them have a certain sophistication to them. This one is a little bit more sweet and creamy, and this one, I don't know what it is. When I first smelled it, it gave me like strawberry juice vibes, and I still get it, but together with the blackcurrant, it has something sour in here, but the rose is the most delicate, unmature rose you can think of. It's so refreshing, but it has something almost powdery fresh to it that makes me think of something I had. Maybe it was like a luxurious body lotion or like a body powder. Sometimes I have used those in the past in the summertime. It's so beautiful. It's something you don't have to think about, something that doesn't smell like everything else. Longevity and sillage is not the best. You have to overspray quite a bit, but for me that's okay. You can get those scents for quite a good deal, but I have to sniff it over and over again. It's so beautiful, and it's something I definitely reached for. So this was definitely one of the ones I wore the most, and you cannot really see it. I don't know what it is about it, because sometimes you will see with other fragrances, they look like I've used them tons. And actually I used both of those perfumes more, and you don't really see it in the bottle, but I'm happy because I get to have this for a longer period of time. So this to me is so underrated. If you like roses, but not too rosy, not too mature, something a little bit more easy to wear and refreshing, but still elegant and sophisticated, check this one out. Another one that I had on my perfume tray and I did wear a lot is Jungle Fantasy by Britney Spears. And I don't know what it is, but I feel like in spring and summertime, I wear more of my budget perfumes, more of the designer fragrances. I tend to lean towards those in the spring and summertime. I feel like, I mean, I can clearly see it on my table here, but this is such a beautiful, underrated perfume as well. This has main accords of aquatic, fruity, and sweet, with notes of watermelon, yuzu. It has gardenia, water lily, cake, of course, which you cannot really smell. But to me, this is such an easy to wear scent. Nobody's gonna be offended about it. It's not as weak as it could be. It's a little bit stronger. It's definitely an aquatic scent, but with a strong fruity note and some freshness. So this is something that smells like a beautiful fruity shower gel, something like that, or a shampoo. Reminds me of something like that, and I love it a lot. Sometimes those fresh scents have a floral note in there, which tends to be a little sharp sometimes, especially on me and from what I pick out of the fragrance. And this one has no harsh or sharp floral in here. There is gardenia, which can be quite sharp indeed a lot of times, but in here it's so smooth and it just makes it not as juvenile smelling, and it actually looks quite juvenile, I have to say. But I do like the bottle. I don't know what it is, but I love the gradient and the colors they picked out. I like it a lot, but it's not the strongest perfumes of all. I told you I really wanted to test out Clive Christian Cashmere Musk more, and you can see I wore it quite a lot. So I'm still not sure what to tell you about it, because it is beautiful, but it is not a DNA I've never smelled before. It reminds me a lot of Eccentric Molecules perfumes, or if you like something like Not a Perfume by Juliet Has a Gun, Another 13, this is exactly in the same realm. It's just that I think that because of the cashmere that is listed, the Cashmerean, it pulls a lot less sharp than those other perfumes. The other ones tend to be all quite woody, and the woodiness can be a little sharp and harsh. In here it's not. It's super smooth. It's not a creamy scent, and I was hoping for something very creamy, but now I get that it's just that this is like a typical Ambroxan woody fresh perfume, but in the most delicate and sophisticated, elegant way, which makes sense because it is from Clive Christian, but that is what I think. And I haven't worn those other perfumes I just mentioned, which are all in my collection, and I love all of them. But this one is just something that I can wear every day and don't really think about it. And this is like a hidden champion because it's not a beast mode performance or aura. You don't really smell yourself a lot when you wear this, but it is there and people will smell you. And it is something almost feeling like quiet luxury, because you can smell the other person, but it doesn't have to be loud, if you know what I mean. Now onto the perfumes I had on my tray and I did not really wear as much. Diptyque Le Papier. It's just simply because I have been testing out this one, and on other days I really wanted to wear something else than a woody, fresh, powdery scent, you know? And so that's why I did not really pull for the Le Papier. I did wear it once, I think, and I still like it a lot. And I feel like I will wear it maybe next month a lot. Then Jo Malone Earl Grey and Cucumber. I tried to wear it with something else. What was it? It was like a vanilla perfume. And I remember only smelling the other perfume. And I did not smell Earl Grey and Cucumber anymore. So I'm really not sure about this perfume. Just because I try to combine it with others and it just disappears. And if I wear it on its own, I do smell it, but it's not feminine and sweet enough for me. So maybe I have to declutter it even, which I do not want to do because I do like it. Or maybe my husband wants to wear it. I'm not too sure, but I think I wore it maybe 2 times, tried to combine it with something else, and I did not really enjoy the experience. Then I had Dossier Woody Peony. I think I only wore it 1 time. I don't really know why, because I love this fragrance and I just feel like I was in a mood for something more fruity and not as floral. And the ones I just talked to you about are a lot more fruity. But that one is beautiful still. Then, very interesting, I did not wear Ariana Grande Matte Blush once. And that is a surprise for me because since I got it, I think I wore it every single month and I could not stop myself from wearing it. It is a very fruity, floral, sweet perfume. It's so lovely, but I don't know, maybe I wore it so much the last couple of months that I wanted to have a break. So all of the other perfumes on my perfume tray I wore. And then I wore 2 more. So I had a very important event and some interviews and like a TED Talk with a big audience, and for that occasion I chose to wear Initio's Musk Therapy, which is my favorite perfume from this brand. This to me is a masterpiece. It's so beautiful, and I had my best friend with me and I gave this to her and she was immediately in love and was like, oh my god, this is the perfect scent. What is this? So this is a creamy, fresh, sweet perfume with musk, oranges, blackcurrant, magnolia, bergamot, sandalwood. This is the most beautiful musk scent you can think of. Not a dusty musk. It's just airy, it's light, it has this creaminess to it. It's slightly fruity. It has a very strong magnolia note for me in here. And that floral is one of my favorites. And this is just sophistication in a bottle without being like hard to wear. It's so easy to wear, perfect as an everyday scent, perfect as a special occasion scent, perfect as a wedding scent. I always recommend this for brides to be. Love the bottle, love the presentation. It's long lasting, it's projecting. Love is basically all I have to say about this perfume. And then I told you that I think I cracked the code with Turquatic by MAC, and you can see I used up half of the bottle already, which is crazy. But I had to spray this a couple of times to really get into the juice. The first couple of times I didn't really smell anything but alcohol. Now it's a super sweet aquatic scent. So this has main accords of aquatic, fresh, and citrus, with notes of lotus, cedar, orris root, cottonwood, and mineral water. There is something in here, maybe it's the mineral water, which pulls in a direction that, together with a certain sweetness, can tend to smell a little bit off. I don't know if somebody notices this as well, but to me, it's nice and beautiful, but sometimes it smells a little off to me and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the aquatic, the florals, and the sweetness together, making it smell a little stinky. But other times it's just a very easy to wear sweet aquatic scent. I think I said in the past that I feel like this is one of the aquatic perfumes if you want to start out with something salty and aquatic smelling, but don't really want something niche smelling. This is a very nice entryway into those fragrances. I love the bottle. I don't like that it's sharp, and I did scratch myself with it a couple of times, but other than that, especially because it's from MAC, I'm quite surprised positively about the smell, and it's quite popular on the other platforms nowadays. I don't really get the overhype because it's not like a masterpiece, but it is nice indeed if you want something aquatic but not straight up smelling like the ocean. So these were the perfumes I wore the most in May. Let me know what you think of them. Which ones did you wear the most? And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.